Yo, well. If it isn't Kaz back with another return video. I know, but this one is a little bit different, and it is also just a chance to say hi before we get back into all of the main content. But also to give you a quick rundown of where I've been and what's to come. So first off, hi, I hope you've all been doing great. I know I've been a bit of a stranger to the internet recently, but hopefully this video will clear some of those things up and get us back into the swing of things. So as you may know, I have been away since May the 20th, so just over a month. Before my break, I was dropping 15-hour streams on RuneScape Dragon Wilds. And honestly, I was having a blast with it. But during that time, I learned a lot about myself. Mainly, that my health was awful and I was not looking after myself. I was consumed with going live at every opportunity I got because I could see those numbers skyrocketing. So I was barely eating, barely drinking, and literally no exercise. So one day I woke up ready to do it all over again, and I felt so ill. More ill than I ever have felt in my life. But it wasn't feeling ill like sickness, you know, like a bug or whatever. I was in physical pain. My entire body hurt inside and out. So I decided to seek some medical help. And at that moment in time, I was diagnosed with severe dehydration. And this was the wake up I needed to realize I really need to start looking after myself better. I'm certainly not getting any younger. But this wasn't just about eating and drinking better. It was also about cutting out the alcohol, exercising more, things like that, which is exactly what I've been doing. I can still improve a lot more, but I am focusing on actually drinking water. Probably not the amount I should every day, but still a lot more than what I previously was, and eating better, having a bit more of a balanced diet, that sort of thing, and exercising. Now, no, I have not become some gym rat. As you can probably tell, I'm not exactly the most ripped fella, but just getting moving each day, going out for walks, things like that, which I'll get onto shortly. So those health issues put me out for a couple of weeks, but then on top of that, my wife, who was on maternity leave due to the birth of our daughter, she went back to work. So, you know, I had to balance myself in family life a little bit more, and I couldn't just go live for 15 hours a day. So this, of course, made it difficult for me to put in the amount of hours that I was during that time. And it just reminded me that life can get incredibly hectic, but all you have to focus on is looking after yourself, looking after your family. Balancing life is one of the most important lessons I've learned. I've got a thing where I go 110% into one thing every time. And sometimes that isn't the best way to progress. That's how you burn yourself out. It's how you make yourself ill. It's about creating that balance and having as much of a smooth life as possible, not just go in one direction while this is then messing up. You get what I mean. And I know that more than ever, and I have been focusing on all of that. But as if life wasn't hectic enough, I decided to spice it up a bit more. And I got a new dog. His name's Leo. He's a Rottweiler. Me and my wife rescued him about 2 weeks ago. He's been absolutely amazing, but it did take some time to get him comfortable here. He came from a life where he wasn't treated right, so bringing him here was a bit of a project. He was so scared and anxious, and it was a bit of work to get him comfortable here, you know, especially as I have children, but he has morphed into the perfect member of the family. So I'm sure if you stick around for more content, especially live streams, you're probably going to see a lot of him. So let's move on to what's to come. Now, I do have some bad news for those of you who enjoy my live streams. They will be a lot less frequent now. I know saying that after a month off is a bit ironic, but just in terms of when I am active, which is now, we're not going to be able to do daily streams anymore, unfortunately. I just really do not have the time to maintain videos and live streams, especially on a daily basis. I have a family to look after. I have a 5-month-old baby. I have a 7-year-old daughter. I now have a dog. And of course, I have to look after myself as well. But I will still be streaming, just not so often. And when I do go live, they will be events. They will be bigger, planned out, actual good pieces of content, not just go live, build a house on this survival game, call it a day. And talking of events, this does include Craftopia open lobbies coming back. If you didn't see the update that Craftopia dropped yesterday, keep an eye out for my next video. because it was a banger update and it changes everything. But videos will be a lot more frequent now. I have always been a video maker over a live streamer. But as I said, I get stuck into something and I give it 110%. And that's exactly what I did with streaming, which meant less videos. And that for me is not what I want my content to be about. It's not what I want for this channel or for me as a content creator. I want the live streams to just be fun, even if that means being less frequent, but that's just a time for me to hang out with you guys. The videos were always what I love to take time to make. I do every part of it myself. I record it myself. I edit it myself. I do my thumbnails myself because I love that entire process of being a content creator. And talking of videos, I am going to be taking a bit of a different approach. Previously, all I did was episodes of games and covering updates. But now I want to focus on getting more of me across in the videos. I don't want to be this robotic content creator that's just reading patch notes. I don't want to do that. I've been doing this for so long and I've been so worried about putting out something that someone might not like. So I almost try and keep myself out of it, keep it professional. But realistically, it's not what I want to do. It's not the most fun way to make content. So I'm going to be expanding my range a bit. I will still be playing survival and crafting games, covering all of the updates on the games that I love, such as Craftopia and Palworld. That style of video will never go, but I'm going to try and add a bit more variety and, you know, just have a bit more fun with it. The problem with sticking to those two types of videos is, let's just say no good survival crafting games gets dropped and nothing's getting updates. What do I do? And that's what then makes it all feel too much, because I'm trying to create these ideas out of thin air while sticking to that same robotic format. This is not good for the channel. It's not good for me. And realistically, it's just going to make you guys give up on watching me. So I'm sure some of you may not like some of the ideas that I have that are coming out soon, but it has to be done. I have to really push this life as a content creator. But enough talk. Let's get on with the content. Next, I have a Craftopia video dropping covering yesterday's update. It is the best update that Craftopia has ever got, in my opinion, especially seamless. And you will see exactly why in the next video. And after, I'll be covering Palworld's new update. They've just done a collab with Terraria and dropped an insane amount of content. So I'll be dropping out my playthrough of that as well. So let's get on with it. It's an awesome time for gaming and this break did me wonders. I'm ready to get that grind on, so I hope you guys stick around for it. So please do drop a like and subscribe, join the Caztecx Discord, all the links are down below, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.